viral it. I mean,
wow. 792 bagels.
So we shouldn't have Bill sit in there then.
no.
That's not
dangerous.
right. That thing would destroy me. Hey guys, it's Bill Vinci and Ryan Vinci. Today we are in Bainbridge, New York. Back here again to film another show. We are at a place called Everything Bagelry. Now, this ain't our typical normal show. It's not a storefront. It's not a bakery. They actually make all the bagels here and distribute them, wholesale them all around New York State. And I gotta tell you, I'm pretty excited to be here today.
Yeah, it's a nice building here. I mean, they put out a lot of bagels, 15,000 a day.
They can make 15,000 bagels a day. They have 18 different types of bagels. They have some seasonal bagels here. So I'm excited to try some bagels today, see the process, how they're made and put together. So why don't we go inside and meet with the crew and see what we got planned for us. You ready?
Yep.
Let's go. All right, guys, I am with Tyler. Tyler, how you doing? Matthias and Eric. How you guys doing today?
Great, how you doing? Excellent.
It's good to be here.
It's good to have you here.
It's good to be back in Bainbridge, and we got a unique show we're doing today. This is really a unique story you guys got. We're gonna talk a little bit off camera about how this whole thing started. So you wanna tell us a little bit how this whole thing started with you guys?
Absolutely. So during the pandemic, you know, I decided to start making bagels. I had a killer recipe from my grandmother. And then I brought him a bagel, and he was like, "Where'd you get this? Like, you can't get a bagel like this anywhere." So he was like, "You really made it?" And I was like, "Yeah." So he made me show him in the kitchen. And
Okay.
I had to have, I didn't, but you know, I lived in Long Island for a couple years,
Right.
so like I knew what a real bagel was. You know, upstate New York does not have any. And yeah, he brought it over, and I'm like, "You didn't make this," and he was like, "Let's go right back," and we did, and we reproduced it,
Wow.
and the result was the same. And I'm like, "Oh yeah, we've got to do something."
Gotta do
with this."
something.
Yeah.
So this is your grandmother's recipe?
Yes, it is. Yep.
No kidding.
Yep.
Okay, so really cool. So talk a little bit about the process and like how the bagels are made here.
All right, yeah, so basically we start off 4:30 in the morning mixing. We start off with our regular doughs because that's the bulk of everything, usually about 60% of our orders. So after we get all the dough mixed, we'll cut it out, bring it into the dough room, allow it to rise. Once it's risen to an acceptable level, we start cutting it out into wads. We press it down into 4-ounce pieces,
Okay.
put them onto a conveyor belt, roll them into balls. We allow them to proof again, and then we shape them. So the way that we make the bagels allows for multiple proofs as more than the traditional locking method.
Right. And I gotta tell you, I mean, you got it down when we walked through the place and you showed me everything step by step. It's the way you guys set up in here is perfect. I mean, it goes from one thing to the other. So now, bagels, obviously you guys don't have a storefront, so you distribute these bagels
Wholesale
all
only.
around the area, wholesale
Yep,
only.
yep.
So if people are watching this, they want your bagels, how do they get them?
Well, there's a couple different ways. You can go on our website, www.everythingbagelry.com. That's how you can, one easy way to contact us by email or whatever if you want to be a retailer that gets our wholesale bagels. We're also going to be launching the direct-to-customer option soon. So like, you know, for presents and gifts and you want to ship them to your grandfather in California and whatever, like we'll have that available and that'll be direct-to-customer right on the web. And so yeah, that opens up a lot of markets that we are not in yet. And so
I did see the map up there. You got all the dots of all the cities you're in, but once this gets out, I guarantee you guys are going to get some more because we've had your bagels at a couple restaurants that we filmed at, and they were off the charts good.
Thank you.
Phenomenal.
Thank you.
So
Appreciate that.
that's something. Now, last thing I want to talk about is what kind of bagels you guys have. Now, you guys do, what, 18 different flavors?
18 different
flavors.
That's a
items
lot of
right now.
flavors.
Yeah,
So
it
tell
is.
us about some of the more, some of the flavors you guys carry.
The most popular ones that we have are Everything Original. Those are our top 2 regular dough sellers. After that, we went on a real hot run with jalapeno cheddar, but that one cooled down a little bit, and now rosemary parm's taken off.
Yeah, rosemary parm with
that
olive
sounds
oil.
good.
That's one of our more original creations that we've never seen anywhere else.
Yeah.
That we kind of like worked up in the lab. We've got invited to Bagel Fest in New York City, which comes up next weekend, where we get to go compete head to head against the biggest bagel producers and most famous bagel shops in the city. And we're like really honored to be there. And we've been working on all the different tasting recipes and whatever for that. So like we've got a really cool thing that we're going to showcase there, and
awesome.
you know, hopefully win the best bagel award,
Yeah.
of course. And
That's
yeah.
cool. But next, we are going to see how the bagels are made now. We're going to hit the back. We're going to see how these things are made and put together. And then we're going to get to sample a few of these things because I am looking forward to that. Guys, thank you so
Bill.
much.
Go.
Look forward to a fun day with you guys.
All right, let's go make some bagels.
There we go. Okay, I'm with Eric. Eric is going to be starting the first process of the bagel making. So what are you starting with right now?
So what I start with is yeast and flour.
Okay.
That's the first mix right there. Then we'll add in some of our wet.
Now you got this down to a T on exactly how much you got to put in.
Yeah. All right, and that's all we put in the first mix.
Okay.
That'll go in here. Flip it on and start our timer.
12 seconds later.
All right.
It is.
So next, we're gonna put in honey, salt, flour.
Now another local product here with the honey, right up the street.
Yep, that's from Q-Tix in Oxford.
Okay. He just handed it to me. See, he doesn't even. We got to touch this. Look at this. It's a little hot. Oh. Now, how many bagels will this batch here make about?
60 bagels.
60 bagels.
72 bagels, I'm sorry.
72 bagels. Okay.
12 bags.
You know, you look at it and you go, it doesn't look like there's a lot in there, but 72 bagels.
It
That's
blows
a big
up.
batch.
1 hour later.
Okay, so now we're done with the mixing part. What goes on next?
Goes to the final mix.
Okay.
So 5 more minutes.
Okay.
And then we'll have a completed dough.
All right. You guys kind of have the same technique. You find that middle spot, put a hole through it, and then you just kind of rotate it around your fingers.
Yep.
The trick is to not squeeze it.
Don't squeeze it.
Yeah,
Don't
you're,
squeeze
you're
it.
just
Right.
pulling it through your hand like that.
Ah,
Very gently.
gotcha.
Kind of using your fingers as like a guide.
Right,
And then
right.
like redistributing the dough where it needs to go.
I'm not trying this, so don't even think I'm gonna put my finger in the middle. I am gonna try one. I am gonna try.
should.
I am gonna try one. All right. Let's see.
Go for it. Oh,
So
you sure it.
I got the middle, right in the middle. Oh, you know what? I'm not doing it right.
Try keeping your fingers inside like this.
Oh, I keep the fingers
Yep.
inside.
Use that as a guide to make sure. Oh! That ain't bad.
That doesn't look. It looks like these. Look at these are nice a little puffier. How come I got no puff on mine?
Because you squished it down.
So I'm using.
Yeah. So look, so you want to just get it through the center, put your
Yep.
thumb through, and then I just use my fingers like this and kind of just pull gently.
I shouldn't even be using the outside of that.
Just as a guide.
Hey, that's a little better. It takes time.
Okay, so the next process is, Eric, what are you gonna be doing for us?
So we're gonna boil. We boil these bagels.
Okay.
Yep. So a little bit on each side gets a nice crust. Put baking soda in the water to give it a more pretzel-like crust. Makes a nice bagel.
Okay, so when those come out, you put the seasoning right on right away while they're still warm?
Yep. So we do the egg wash first.
Egg wash
Yep,
first.
and then we put the seasoning on top.
All right, let's
Yep.
see you let's put them in.
Let's go.
All right,
You don't have to do it how I was doing it. Just make sure the bagels are covered.
just make sure the bagels are covered. Okay,
Yep.
so
you go.
guys, this is one of the things when we do a bakery, or I've always had to decorate cupcakes and whatnot. And so now we're putting the work here, doing the egg wash on the bagels. Make sure everything's on. Am I doing this right, Erica?
Yeah, you got it right.
Got it right? Oh, so you're going two hands on it.
Sometimes. Not everybody
Okay.
uses two hands.
All
You
right.
can use one hand. I know someone who does it like this.
Okay.
I can't do it how he does it, but he'll have it pull out. You can season it pretty much any way you want, as long as the bagel's covered.
As long as the bagel's covered.
Yep.
gonna be a nice one, right? It's got a little extra cheese on it.
Yeah.
That's it. Oh, I gotta get that. I did see that. Yeah, we did
This
see
comes
that.
from Sabruto out of Delhi. So yeah, our Asiago cheese is somewhat
The
local.
other half too.
You know, that's the difference. When you cut it yourself, shred it yourself, it makes a world of difference.
Huge
That
difference.
is, I mean, that is so good.
Isn't it delicious?
So I'm just picturing that a bagel. Now that gets baked.
So we just saw Bill season the bagels. Now we're gonna throw them in the oven. I'm just gonna take all these trays up in here and I'm gonna rotate them so that the fan evenly distributes the heat all over the bagels. We use a convection oven, so basically the whole time the bagels are just getting swatted with hot air on top.
It's cool to be enjoying this special treat to eat these fresh out of the oven with you. And so what one do you want to start with?
All right, well, I guess we're gonna start with the everything right in front of us, right? I mean, it's right here.
So pretty.
It is so pretty.
Gorgeous.
Celebrate 2-year anniversary here at Everything
right.
Bagelry, right?
This is officially our
look at that
second
big
year.
cheese.
Awesome.
And then the seated
I'll
head.
let Ryan try this, the seated hat.
There you are.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, that's delicious. Oh my God.
Okay.
Lapa's like, man, don't
garlic.
forget. Lafayette's like, don't forget me over here with the camera,
Oh,
right?
we're gonna get you. We're gonna dial some up for you too.
We are gonna make you
All right.
happy.
Asiago. Here's an
Oh,
Asiago.
bud.
Asiago.
Okay, thank you. Crispy on the outside, but that cheese, I mean, like I said, you could tell when you use fresh ingredients and you do the cheese yourself. That's insane. That is so good.
I want a nice bagel sandwich with this. Cream cheese and all.
The sesame from that.
All right, guys, we just finished up another incredible show of the Empire Plate here in Bainbridge, New York at Everything Bagelry. Guys, I want to thank you guys so much for an amazing day. Matthias, Emily, Eric, Tyler, thank you guys so much for an amazing day. You guys are some of the nicest people we've met on our show in 9 years. The facility is beautiful here. This is a really cool place, and the bagels were just amazing. If you're interested in getting this product, make sure you reach out to them. How's the best way to contact you guys? Through your website?
Website, email. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Make sure you do that. Set up a conversation with them. Get these in your place because these are going to sell like hotcakes. They're phenomenal. Unfortunately, Ryan, what'd you think? Great show today, right?
And 3 full bagels.
He had 3 full bagels.
I might go for more.
And Lof's been eating ever since he got off the he gave thumbs up to it too. So Empire Plate approved here today at Everything Bagelry. But unfortunately, I have to leave for the day. I'll definitely be back to visit these guys. Come check them out at any of the stores located all through New York. Check their page and see where they're at. But guys, great show today here in Bainbridge, New York. We're heading out. We'll see you guys on the next show. I'm Bill Vinci, Ryan Vinci from the Empire Plate Show. You guys have a great day.